Evening, motherfuckers. It's Larrydoom, and this is my UFC 302 post-fight analysis, reaction, breakdown, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So I just want to talk real quick about the final three fights of the night, which were the obviously like the fucking most um, entertaining, or at least like important, I guess. Like I guess there were some entertaining prelims too, but ideally, I'm trying to fucking talk about uh the um the Kevin Holland fight versus I don't, this guy's fucking last name is too fucking weird to pronounce, but I just call him fucking Michael from Poland. But Kevin Holland against Michael from Poland. um Paulo Costa against Sean Strickland, and the final fight, Dustin the Diamond against Islam Makhachev. So before the fight happened, I predicted that Kevin Holland would lose to Michael from Poland. Paulo Costa would win against Sean Strickland, and Islam Makhachev would submit Dustin in the second round. All of these were incorrect, although I did get Islam winning right out of the three picks. But anyway, um, let's talk about him real quick. So Kevin Holland, Michael from Poland. Fight started out pretty cool. Kevin, I feel like, was in trouble on the feet. Michael had some good fucking boxing. Even though Kevin had that reach, Michael had him fucking stuttering back like minutes into the fight. Although this did happen, the fight did end up on the ground, and it was poor submission, defense, and awareness from Michael from Poland that led to Kevin Holland almost ripping his, I guess his forearm, was it? Or I guess it was his Michael's arm entirely out of the socket. Michael protested the stoppage, saying that it wasn't broken, or, he could still fight, yada, yada, yada. Regardless of that, his arm was fucking broken. So it was a correct stoppage, a rightful stoppage. Michael fucking lost. Kevin Holland almost pulled his entire arm out of his fucking socket. And that's why Kevin Holland won the fight. Impressive win. I had Kevin losing because I do still think he's a lazy fuck, but impressive win regardless. And I guess that keeps him, in the rankings, floating around, fighting whoever. He's not that ambitious to go for the belt again, so he'll just be that guy that, people fight. Regardless of where he's at, he'll hover around the rankings for, I guess, the rest of his career. But that's great. Paulo Costa, Sean Strickland. I shouldn't have been surprised, and I really shouldn't have picked Paulo Costa. I regret that decision now, looking back on it. But, the right guy won. It was an obvious pick. I was wrong. I should have just chose Strickland. Strickland did what Strickland does. Tight defense, spamming teeps to the body, spamming jabs, crosses. Sean Strickland version of a Philly shell. And he just does that for the fucking whole fight. And not many fighters can really break through that defense and, get some really hard, significant strikes going. So Paulo Costa was shut down and picked apart and spent the whole fight fucking on the back foot, walking back, while Sean Strickland pressed on forward, sporting the same shit he always does. So good fight for Strickland. One judge had Paulo Costa winning, which I was fucking really surprised about. So that's a little bit alarming for the UFC. Regardless, good fight. Happy for Strickland. There's nothing that Paulo could have fucking done. I think looking forward, what Paulo fucking should have done was really just analyze his opponent better and figure out some sort of way to break through that defense. I felt like Paulo fought Strickland the same way he fucking fights everybody, the same way he fought Bobby Knuckles, Robert Whitaker last fight. He can't keep doing that. He's got to look for different ways to do that, man. He's got to look for different. He's just got to study his opponent. Is all I could say. Like John Jones does. He's got to study his opponent and figure out some fucking way. Find some fighter to talk to, some coach to talk to, and figure out a way to break through Strickland's defense. It's a chess match. That's what it is. That's how you win. Moving on to the final fight, the main event. Very sad showing. Dustin was doing amazing. This is the Dustin Poirier Islam Makhachev fight. Dustin was fucking amazing. Islam and Khabib had him losing, getting tapped out in like the second round. I even had Dustin tapping out in the second round. But what did he do? He impressed everybody. He had, great takedown defense. For how good Islam is, he eventually was able to take Dustin down regardless. But Dustin was surviving. He made it to the 5th round. A wicked scramble ensued where Islam showed his, takedown IQ, and I think he like spun Dustin's leg to get back to Dustin's back, and then submitted Dustin with a Darce. So that being said, anything crazy can come out of a scramble. I feel like that's one of the most high energy, like anything can happen moments in a fight is when a scramble ensues. Just like in the Matthew Della, I think his name was Matt Della something fucking, can't even remember his name. The undefeated Matt Della, whatever, when he fought Gilbert Burns in the previous Gilbert Burns fight, where Gilbert was beating this guy's ass throughout like the whole fight, but then in a scramble, Matt was able to break out of Gilbert Burns' control on the ground, and then I think he was able to TKO him. I don't think he got a submission. I think he broke out of it using scramble. He scrambled out of it. He scrambled out of Gilbert's control on the ground, and then TKO'd Gilbert on the ground as well, or ended up TKOing Gilbert Burns on the ground. So the scramble is a crazy moment in any fight. Both fighters, break out of some sort of control they had to just being, like, I don't want to say spontaneously, but like immediately out in the open on the ground. So like anything can really happen. Like if two fighters break out of a scramble, then suppose one fighter just throws like a wild head kick, and the other fighter's caught unaware of it, because he just broke out of a fucking scramble and just gets caught. I believe that happened too. I think in a Matt Frivola fight, or maybe that was Matthew Della Maddalena too. I don't really fucking know. But the fight I was talking about previously was the Della Maddalena fight versus Gilbert Burns, where the fight was won coming right out of a scramble. So either way, great card. Sad for Dustin, being a Dustin fan. It is what it fucking is at this point. Big ups to him. Hope he doesn't retire. He's a legend. But what eventually happened. I had Islam winning regardless because he's just that good. He's Khabib on steroids. He's Khabib with good striking. And he will most likely probably move on to be the lightweight GOAT. Anyway, that is my analysis of the 3 last fights of UFC 302. Looking forward to UFC 303 with Conor. And I look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow about that fight because there's some interesting news that came out about the UFC 303 fight. Anyway, it's Larrydoom signing off. Fuck you, motherfuckers.